Hello, welcome to Don't Procrastinate, Get Vocal. This is all about living our best leadership, speaker, visible lives this year, using our voices to make an impact. And with this year being the fire horse year, this fast moving, fiery energy, have you questioned why you're feeling stuck? Why do you feel stuck? Well, if you know this is your year to finally focus on the work that truly is meaningful to you, that is deep and lights you up, you may have noticed a little friction in this energy as well. So we'll talk about that for a second. First, as soon as we got to the go-ahead for the Lunar New Year, we moved into Mercury retrograde shadow. And while that might not have slowed you down before the Mercury retrograde, for other Mercury retrogrades before, they're particularly intense this year. So give yourself a lot of grace. Like, even in this video, you might hear me mess up a few times. That's not abnormal for me. I'm all about just focusing on what's important and moving ahead, but it's a little crunchy, even more for me right now, right? And normally I'm not deeply moved by Mercury retrogrades, but even if it's not you that's having this experience, just notice other people may be having this experience. So give yourself a little bit more time around projects, give yourself a lot more grace about if there's errors, and just double checking them and moving forward. Everything's going to need a second, third look anyways, right? This year there's so much fast moving things. People are moving quickly, and so more mistakes are prone to happen. So as the energy culminates throughout the year, and as the fiery energy gets more intense, as we move into 2027, which is another fire year, just know that it's okay. Give yourself some grace. So right now we are in Mercury retrograde. It started today, February 26th, and will be all the way to March 20th, which is, by the way, the start of spring. So we'll be all steam ahead at that point. Right now, it's time to reflect, to double check those things that you knew you were going to be up to this year. See if there are any insidious things that we might have missed, right? We may have missed a couple things that are keeping us from it being an easy, flowy move into this new era for ourselves, our leadership, our work, our visions, our projects, okay? And this series will be focused on those practical things to help you find what may be getting in the way of that movement, and how you can keep moving forward and flow without burning out in this fire energy. To make this year your year to get your message out, so that you can become known for what is truly meaningful to you. We will cover a lot, okay? The first, we're going to talk about the biggest misconceptions about procrastination. So for now, I'm going to give you a hint. Procrastination isn't real. It's not a real thing. So a lot of us know that, but what we don't understand is, like, how do we keep getting into these bogged down stops and starts, these high friction areas, and where we're not in flow, we're not moving forward in the way that we feel that we can and or should, which may not be the way you want to go about it for sure. So we'll cover what is going to slip you up, catch you up if you move into that should state, right? I had a friend in grad school where I was like, I should be practicing. And my friend was like, Monif, don't should on yourself. That's a hint, right? Like, you don't want to put yourself down and judge yourself. What we want to do is start to be able to read the room, read the situations, and let our next action speak for itself. So we're going to drill down into how it disguises itself in this procrastination. And then we're going to understand how to smooth out these stops and starts. And we'll start that in the next video. So some other things we're going to cover is that although most of us have done the work, we know that we need to shift our state. A lot of us are still not shifting. We're not taking the time. We're not doing the things. We're not using the tools to shift us out of stuckness. And so there's a reason for that. If we're in this, if we're not able to shift our state to break out of the stuckness, we're going to need these 3 essential characteristics to take us into shift. We need to know what we need to be doing, how we need to be thinking about who we're being in order to enter into shift. And there's also these insidious things that put the brakes on your state change. So we're going to have to understand what those are so we can get rid of those. We don't need that. We don't need it. Okay? We're also going to look at the 6 points of fear through the lens of human design. So if you're a human design fan, this is really powerful because it turns those fears that keep us afraid to create and make mistakes and go through the process of creating into fuel, into why we are moving forward, into the power behind the movement. And that's how we actually shift into flow state. Not by getting rid of the fear, but by using it. Remember, we don't ever want to get rid of how we are feeling. We want to read our emotional signals so they shift us into our truth of what's next, right? Then we'll dive into what it's like to actually be in flow. So what does it feel like? How do I know I'm in flow? And so we really want to know that so that we don't make the mistake of mistaking the things that are a natural part of the creative process for stuckness. So we don't start doubting ourselves and being demotivated and just not moving forward and not completing our project. So after all, we want to remember that there's never anything wrong. Not really, right? There's never anything wrong. We are in our right place and in our right time. So let's not let these misconceptions keep us from making the impacts that we know we are here to make. So I'll see you on the next video. And if you would like to get started with me right now, there'll be links in the description below so that we can have a chat and we can get to know each other, okay? And for now, I welcome you to the Don't Procrastinate, Get Vocal, and let's get started on these misconceptions. You can click on the next video now.